Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending the virtual Eye to Eye series. I'm Dr. Stephen Weisfeld and have been in practice in Englewood, New Jersey for the past 29 years, and have been the medical director for Eye Care for Kids for the past 10 of them. During my tenure, I have worked closely with Joseph CARBONE, guiding decisions about the laws of optometry, credentialing, instrumentation, and set guidelines for the ODs we employ to work by. I have also spent time in the clinic in Utah and helped open the first East Coast clinic in the Boys and Girls Club of America in Newark. There, I was responsible for the setup and operations of the clinic and made monthly visits to examine those in need of our services. It was an extremely heartwarming and rewarding experience. Eye Care for Kids is an amazing organization with an even more amazing founder. Let me take a moment to tell you about my friend Joseph. Joseph's a certified New York State optician for 46 years. While attending optician school in New York, he worked at one of the most prestigious optical stores in Manhattan called Frederick's. There he cut his teeth and I'm sure cut many lenses. With his wife Jan in 2001, Joe founded Eye Care for Kids and to date has serviced hundreds of thousands of kids and some of their parents for their eye care and eyewear needs. Eye Care for Kids currently has 9 clinics operating in Utah, Nevada, Arizona, as well as making several international outreach trips. He has also served as the president, vice president, and legislative and educational chairman of the Utah Society of Dispensing Opticians. And in his spare time, if he has any, his summer vacations have been spent providing vision care to the more rural areas of the state and some of their Indian reservations. During the 2010 legislative session, Joseph presented a bill to Senator Wayne Niederhauser. It was unanimously passed, and this allowed licensed eye care professionals to participate in free vision screenings for school-age children. And finally, Joseph has appeared nationally on NBC Nightly News and the Dr. Oz Show, as well as local Salt Lake City TV and in major periodicals. It's now my pleasure to introduce my friend and one of the hardest working guys in the industry, Joseph CARBONE.
A special optician who's had a generous vision, helping nearly 100,000 needy children, putting a frame on the world they couldn't really see. And now, you won't believe your eyes. The gift Dr. Oz has for him. Next.
Meet Joseph CARBONE, who has helped nearly 100,000 needy children truly see the world. Realize you mortgaged your home in order to do eye exams and get glasses for these kids. Why do you feel so passionately about this?
Let me answer that by a story. So when I had my regular practice, a young man came into the office. Someone drove him from the reservation and paid for his glasses because his family couldn't afford it. We did an exam and we noticed that he was quite nearsighted, had astigmatism. He couldn't see past here, and he went his whole life that way. So he came back a week later, picked up his glasses, and he looked out the window. And he began to cry and laugh at the same time. And he said, "I didn't know trees had leaves."
Oh my.
That changed my life forever.
I'm not the only one who wanted to help. Folks, please bring out the gifts. These are a lot of glasses. Joseph, come over here. I'll tell you, the optical department at BJ's Wholesale Club is donating $5,000. $5,000 worth of eyeglass frames and cases to Eye Care for Kids, your group. I hope you solve a lot more issues than just these, but it's a real celebration of what you're able to accomplish.
This is fantastic. This is just amazing. Thanks so much.
A lot more kids can see leaves now.
That's right.
Bless you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Joseph CARBONE. We'll be right back.
I have a terrific Making a Difference report for you about a genuine act of kindness 100,000 times over, and it'll really hit home for anyone who has ever found themselves squinting at a chalkboard.
FTZVO Vision is a thing many of us take for granted.
Come on in. Let's.
Joe Carbone is an optician on a mission. At Utah's Eye Care for Kids, the exams and the glasses are free.
So take this off, it looks blurry, but when I put it on, it looks normal.
And set the kids free. Harry Smith, NBC News, Midvale, Utah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Alexis Cairo. And before we get started, I have to say that your organization and you just won the 2016 Ernst & Young Social Entrepreneur of the Year. Congratulations.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. What an honor.
We talked about eye care and literacy, and those two things do go together. Give me an example of how those things are connected with the work that you do.
Short story. So our first clinic in Las Vegas, the first kid that we saw, mother came out of the exam room with a little child, and she said, "Who's in charge here?" And so I raised my hand, and she took my hand, kissed it, and put it against her heart. She said, "They told me at school my kid was slow. All he needed was a pair of glasses."
What's it going to be like putting glasses on these kids for free?
You know, it's a big ordeal. You know, kids are shy by nature. So if you can't see, you won't read. I can't see that, I won't read. And years after that, you know, just adds to, you know, illiteracy. So if we get them in there, get them tested, tell them don't worry about it, pick out a pair. This is my goal in life. Every big timer, take care of your own neighborhood.
So having 40 years experience as a board-certified optician in a private practice, we saw that many children go without professional eye care because their families either can't afford it, it's not accessible to them, or they just don't do it. Not only do the kids need the services, but we need to take the services to the kids. So we're in schools, we're in Boys and Girls Club, we're in mobiles that go to a different school every day. There is no reason why a child should go years without an eye examination, without professional eye care.
Please support Eye Care for Kids.
Support Eye Care for Kids.
Get your glasses on. Please support Eye Care for Kids.
Please support Eye Care for Kids.
Please support Eye Care for Kids.
Do you want to be cool? Put your glasses on. Support Eye Care for Kids.
Eye Care for Kids. It's important.
Please support Eye Care for Kids.
Please support Eye Care for Kids.
Make the world clearer for thousands of kids. Support Eye Care for Kids.
Please 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 support Eye Care for Kids. Please support Eye Care for Kids.
Please support Eye Care for Kids, will you?
And please support Eye Care for Kids.
Please support Eye Care for Kids and give these kids a brighter world to live in.
Get your glasses on. Please support Eye Care for Kids. It opens up a whole new world.
And please support Eye Care for Kids.
Thank you for supporting Eye Care for Kids.
Support Eye Care for Kids. Eye Care for Kids.
Hey, I'm Alice Cooper, and I support Eye Care for Kids because they're out of sight.
My family had no money for me to get glasses. This is what I saw. I thought it was normal. But then I was given glasses.
For $25, you can give the gift of clear vision to a low-income child in Las Vegas. Donate today at eyecareforkids.org and change their view of the world.
I never knew trees had leaves.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me in this virtual Eye to Eye series. It has been my honor and pleasure for the last almost 20 years with my wife, Jan, hand in hand to start Eye Care for Kids, watch it grow from the first 20 kids that we've helped And now, with the help of so many people, because this really is a team sport, we've helped hundreds of thousands. And now we wish to help many, many more. This is a picture of my friend, Dr. Ben Zerth from Rutgers University. And we did a little clinic in the Boys and Girls Club in Newark, New Jersey. And there was a little boy here who was just about ready to lose his eyesight. I'm going to let Ben tell you the story a little bit.
We thought we'd be doing just glasses and put them in for prescription, and we brought a machine that's called an OCT, and we saw a 12-year-old child that has advanced glaucoma. So at 12 years old, his left eye is in danger of losing peripheral vision. So I want to thank you for doing all what you do with Eye Care for Kids and saving this one 12-year-old child's vision. I thank you.
So with Eye Care for Kids, we do a lot of things. Partnering is so important. So this is Dr. Vu in Kenya. And we take our annual trips to Kenya with these Dr. Ken Westfield and Dr. Vu. They do the medical part of it. We do the vision screenings and the eye examinations. And we see just a wonderful group of people there. And this is Rwanda. And I'm sorry I cut his head off, but that's Dr. Don Lyon from IU. And he's the head of pediatric optometry there. And so when we got to Rwanda, and these are boys and girls all mixed in with the picture here, there wasn't one child wearing glasses in any of the schools that we went to. That broke our hearts, because we know that at least in America, in a kid who lives in a good neighborhood and has enough to eat and has all the benefits of life, 1 in 4 need glasses. Well, we found out in 20 years that it's upwards of 33%, maybe even 50%, 1 in 2 kids, when you get to a poor neighborhood and they don't have the right diet and all the things that we take for granted. So we love collaborating with different organizations. We love Dr. Don Lyon. This was in Arizona, the Optometric Association there at AZOA gave us the Sight Conservation Award, and we have many doctors who go to our mobile clinic and our brick and mortar clinics. It's based in a school, and donate their time to do eye exams and see the kids with us. You know, Madeleine Albright, the former U.S. Secretary of State, I think she nailed it right here. She said, lack of access to eye care prevents billions of people around the world from achieving their potential. And it is a major barrier to economic and human progress. So do they just need glasses? Many of these kids, they're classified as just being dumb, and it's not true. They kind of get looked over, and their progress is stunted. And this is just a cycle of poverty, and sometimes it's just a pair of glasses. So I said in one of the interviews that there was a kid that we met, the first kid in Las Vegas that we saw. The first day, grand opening, the people from the school board were there. My board of trustees was there. There were entertainers. There were just so many people there, the media. And she came out of the exam room and she said, "Who did this?" And she did. She took my hand, she kissed it, she held it to her heart. And I was nicer in the interview because I said that she actually said, "They told me my kid was stupid at school, but all he needed was a pair of glasses." Can you imagine how that mother felt? First of all, she couldn't afford the glasses. But on this day, the very first day that we helped and saw kids in Las Vegas, the first clinic, her prayers were answered. She had hope that her child was going to get a good education at that point. And what a relief that was for her. So we say 1 in 4, but I talked about that. It's and from the American Optometric Association. But when it comes to poor kids, it's a lot higher than that. So I wanted to talk about this slide here, and you can guess in your own minds where this might be. What foreign country is this with all of these people lined up? Well, this is Salt Lake City, Utah. And we did a refugee night where we brought our mobile vision clinic here, and all these people came out of the woodwork to get free exams and free glasses. So is it a problem in America? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So this is America. This is Salt Lake City, Utah. So yes, even in America, access to eye care is not there sometimes. Again, more than 1/3 of these children that go without these services are impacted. It impacts every aspect of a child's life, learning and confidence and social interactions, and even in sports. So sports vision, sports optics is so important for these children. So this is one of the girls that we first saw when we first opened. And what we learned from feedback from teachers and principals and school administrators and school nurses, that this really is not just about glasses. It's about comprehension. It's about learning. It's a child's education. And it really is a chance for a child's future. If a child can't see, they can't read well. They can't see the teacher at the front of the board. If they can't read, they're not going to learn. And if they're not going to learn, then what? Well, the Attorney General of Utah, Attorney General Sean Reyes, sat with me and we talked about this, and he said, you know, we're finding the statistics that so many children or so many inmates that we're finding in the correction facilities, many of them just needed glasses. We lost them in school. They got in trouble in the back of the room. And honestly, that was my problem. And I guess that's why I'm so passionate about that. You know, I grew up in a Italian immigrant family in Brooklyn, New York. I get emotional about this, so I apologize, but you know, my parents worked 3 jobs between them my whole growing up years, and they worked very, very hard. I have a learning disability. It's really hard for me to read. My goal was to become an ophthalmologist, and that went out the window because we couldn't afford it, and I didn't have a mentor, and I can't read the books, so it makes it really tough. But this was my mission. This is what I'm supposed to have been doing, so I'm kind of happy about it. But I didn't get glasses until I was a late teenager, and it opened up a world for me. So how do we do this? There is a global crisis. There's 500 million children worldwide who need vision care, who do not have access or can't afford it. So how do we tackle a global crisis as a vision community? Because we're all part of the same community. It's one child at a time. And that's why I thought, boy, if we could just help 20 kids when we first started this 20 years ago, I would be doing my job. And now we're doing hundreds of thousands. And now our goal is to help 1 million children by the end of the year 2025. How do we do this? One child at a time. So together, we can make the impossible possible. Boy, things seem so impossible, especially in this year, a year of COVID, where it has taken a toll. There is not one, not only American, but there's not one person on the planet who has not been affected by COVID. And this is just making my job a little tougher because there's more people unemployed. There's more people, the kids are not going to school. They're doing most school in a hybrid virtual system. So they're not getting screened by the school nurse this year. So how do we do this? 1 million kids by 2025. Well, technology is making it possible. So it is my goal, my intention to cite the world. That's our new initiative. So we can make it possible by bringing the whole industry together. You know, the manufacturers, the wholesalers, the doctors, we can use help from everybody. And this helps one child at a time to bring this mission to pass. So the idea is cite the world, any child, anywhere. In the next 5 years, we're going to raise $25 million to be able to do this. Yes, we will do more mobile clinics. We will do more brick and mortar clinics inside school properties, like in Las Vegas. We have 3 school-based vision clinics right there in the school. We do partnerships this way. And we have a mobile clinic. So the goal, within 18 months, we want to reach 1,000 kids a day as quickly as we can. And so how can you help? You can become an affiliate, eye care professional of Eye Care for Kids. One of the things we would like to do is to have eye doctors maybe become an affiliate, and they can give us some chair time. Everybody wants to give back to their own local community. I know this industry now for 46 years. And this is a good community. This is a community of professionals who want to help other people. There's no competition here. These kids are going without. So if there's a doctor out there, anywhere in the United States, anywhere in the world, and if you would like to help some kids in your own neighborhood, you can become an affiliate of Eye Care for Kids. You can give chair time. So let's say you'd like to give 2 hours a month, and maybe in that 2 hours, you can see a half a dozen to a dozen kids, however you do your practice. And then right from there, you can upload the prescription to us for our website, and the kids can order the glasses free of charge. And the glasses can be sent either to your office for dispensing, the right way to dispense a pair of glasses, or it can be sent to the kids and they can come to your office later on if that's possible. We need all kinds of optical equipment, from examination, vision screening, all the new technology of fitting glasses to keeping safe in this pandemic, to keep the frames clean. And of course, we need money to make this happen. As we look at this picture, there's Dr. Steve Weisfeld there, and there's the big man Shaq. And I always say, I'm always the shortest white guy on the left. and Shaq is an amazing man. His heart is as big as he is. He loves giving back. He loves kids. You've probably seen some videos of him where he'll stop in the middle of the street and he'll play basketball with these kids. And then he'll say, if you can make the free throw, I'll give you $100. What is $100 to a kid in the street and a kid in the hood? And so he makes friends wherever he goes. And here's just a list of some of our donors. I know there are many others. I probably didn't get everybody on here, but look, this takes a community. This is a movement of community members to cite the world. So I would hope that you would join the movement, you'd get on board, become a team player. Shaq's gonna lead the team, and we're gonna win the season. We're gonna get the trophy. And it starts with one kid. So thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Before we head into the Q&A portion of our event, we have a quick comment from Jamie Shire, co-CEO of Xyloware.
Hi, everyone. Joseph, it's hard to follow you with all this, but I just want to tell a quick rundown regarding Xyloware and our support of Eye Care for Kids. About 20 years ago, when Joseph was starting, somehow Joseph and my father, Henry, met each other. And, you know, my father's always taught me and our Xyloware family, you know, how fortunate we are as people. We are an incredible business. We are helping people every day. And everyone on this call and everyone who would be listening to this really needs to believe that we are in an industry where we're actually helping people, no matter what part of the industry you're in. If you have direct correlation with a individual, a patient, a customer, or if you're basically, you know, inserting lenses into frames, you're helping people every day. And as part of being successful leaders, which everyone on this call is a successful leader within our industry, we have an obligation. The obligation is to help anyone that we can. And we are in an industry where we are really truly helping people. So 20 years ago, my father met Joseph, and my father always told me he found his calling with Joseph as well, because not only are we helping people, but we're helping children. And from those first 20 patients that Joseph found to 100,000 to in 5 more years, 1 million, it's been incredible pleasure being part of it. And Joseph would tell you that we are a supporter of him, and he couldn't do it without us, all of our support. But I have to tell you, it's almost like if any of us on this call have rescued a dog, and you know, the saying, who rescued who? In this case, it's our pleasure, Joseph. And speaking on behalf of all the people, all the donors that have helped you for 20 years and been part of you, you've done incredible things. You are a true representative of our industry, of what we are supposed to be as an industry. And I hope from this and you know, and all the outreach that you're doing, you will even get even more support, because what you are doing as an individual, you are changing lives. You are helping people see a beautiful day every day who otherwise would not have been doing it, Joseph. So thank you on behalf of what I could say on behalf of the industry, from our part of the industry. Really, thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. So Joseph, we do have a few questions from the audience. So the first one is, how can I donate and where can I donate?
Well, wonderful. I didn't make a slide for this, so if you have a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper, it's info, I-N-F-O, at eyecare, E-Y-E-C-A-R-E, the number 4, kids, KIDS.org. Our director of communications is Doug Jardine, so it's Doug at eyecareforkids.org if you want to just get a hold of us. And our address is 6911 South State Street, Midvale, Midvale, Utah, 84047. And again, we love cash donations. We love in-kind donations of frames, cases, eyeglass cleaner. If anybody has a solution to stopping my glasses from fogging, will you send us that stuff? Because if I'm having the problem, every kid's having the problem. We need to, so we believe that these children should not just go to a nonprofit clinic. We're in the process of remodeling our main clinic with 3 exam rooms, 2 vision screening rooms, state-of-the-art equipment. And as when I met Henry Shire 20 years ago, we talked a long time on the phone, and I love this man like my dad. He's very wise. He gave me a lot of pointers, not only for my industry life, but my personal life. And he says, Joseph, you need to treat these kids as though they were your kids. So we need everything. We need eyeglass cases. We need frames. We need technology. We're trying to have our new clinic with the latest of technology. We'd like to do the latest of intake forms rather than sitting there and writing everything out and then scanning it in or retyping it. We need that technology piece. There are so many things, but so our director of communications says we need some more Flintstone frames. He just passed me a note. We need everything, and so we invite you to be part of this.
Thank you. And then for the next question is, how can people get involved in the Las Vegas area specifically?
Yeah, so volunteers, if you are an eye care professional, again, we have 3 brick and mortar school-based vision clinics. We have a mobile clinic that if you're in the Vegas area, you know the name Elaine Wynn. She's a major player in our industry for eye care for kids. I love Elaine and Punham. They help us tremendously. So we can use, again, product, we can use cash donations, and we can use volunteerism. So we would love that. Again, if you just reach out to info@eyecareforkids.org, we can direct that to the Las Vegas area. We can direct it to the Arizona area and to Utah.
Great. And then on that same note, and thinking more globally, an individual wants to know how they can get involved from Nigeria.
Perfect. Well, we would love that. So we already have a presence in Kenya and Rwanda. The Rwanda, again, we make these annual trips with Indiana University with Dr. Lyon. In February, our Sight the World virtual clinic comes online, and glasses can be ordered that way. And so they can reach us and we can work that out. And again, the glasses part of it for virtual, because we have such great partners. Again, we have Xyloware, we have Modern Optical, Ken Wiseman and Paula. They're just wonderful people. National Vision, they so many, Miraflex, so many donate frames. And again, I can't mention everybody, but the glasses from our warehouse in our fulfillment center can be shipped anywhere in the world. So what do we need? We want to help 1 million children. Well, the glasses, fabrication, cost of goods, and everything else is $10 a child, $10 a pair of glasses. So I need 1 million people to donate $10 so the first 1 million kids get their glasses for free.
Got it. And in terms of donating, I'm guessing it's best to donate glasses and frames to a local doctor. Is that the best place?
Yeah, they can either be donated in Las Vegas or shipped better to our Utah location in Midvale, Utah, and then we can distribute it from there.
Perfect. And then another question is, I'm from Utah and heard about your clinic expansion here. What will that do for you?
The expansion, yeah. So the building we were in that we took over and didn't remodel it 15 years ago when we first moved in was adequate. But we can only help about 3 or 4 or 5 kids an hour. We've changed the flow and the layout of the clinic, and we have 3 exam rooms now. And when COVID is over and social distancing is over, we will be able to help 50 children a day. And so we have the latest engineers looking at this and designers for the flow of the clinic. And that's where we're going from here. So we're going to put a dent in that here in Utah.
Great. Okay. Well, I think you answered all of our questions. Thank you so much, Joseph. And thank you for such an inspiring and insightful conversation. And a big thank you to everyone who joined. Joseph, if they want more information, can they just visit your website? And you said they can reach out to you directly.
Yes, eyecareforkids.org. and we can answer any questions that they have. They can get a hold of us. They can make comments, reach out to us. And again, we will get back to you. We're looking for industry partners in every aspect of the industry. And thank you so much. Stay safe, stay well. And in this crazy year that we're ending, there's a light there, and it's not a bad light. It's a good light at the end of the tunnel. And 2021 is going to be the best year of our lives. So stay well. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. You too. And before everyone goes, we're going to launch a quick poll. It's just a short 3-question poll. So if you don't mind answering it before you go. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you all in the new year.